Hi there, it's Harry and Tom back with another gear review. This time we're reviewing the Niggeloh Ruck Sling, which is a rifle sling, but also a sort of backpack, so it's a sort of hybrid. We've been using it out in the field a little bit, on sort of deer stalking, bit of target shooting, anywhere that we really need to carry our rifles about with. And we've got it here on a Tikka stock just to sort of give you a bit of a demonstration of it. I'll let Tom give you a bit of a talk through it.
Yeah, I mean, so first thing to say is I personally own and use this every single day. The reason I bought it was absolutely hate when you sort of got a rifle slung over one shoulder, you're walking about all day, and either you find yourself by the end of the day you're kind of walking at an angle to keep the rifle on your shoulder, or it's just constantly slipping off and you're just constantly putting it back over, or you do that inevitable thing where you loop it over your head and then when you need to get it off you're kind of doing gymnastics to try and get it off. So I bought this as it promised to solve all my problems. It pretty much has, to be fair. I have one complaint about it which I'll go over later. But for all intents and purposes, if you imagine a normal sling that's then just been cut in two lengthways, that's basically what it is. And one bit goes over one shoulder, one bit goes over the other shoulder. The main sort of body of it is made from a really sort of nice green neoprene material with a rubber sort of liner on the back to give it some grip. All the sort of fixings are made from sort of hard, tough, I don't really know how you'd sort of describe this, but sort of webbing style material with leather fixings to attach it all together, and the same where it attaches to the sling swivels. On each sort of leg of the sling, it's got clips, so if you need to take it off quickly off one shoulder you can, and yeah, that's pretty much it really. I mean, it's virtually silent because all the sort of clips and bits and pieces on it are plastic rather than metal, so no danger of it rusting, rattling on your stock or scratching the stock or anything like that. And so far, as I said, to be honest, I use it every single day and I'm really impressed with it. I think we looked it up, was it £54?
Yeah,
so it's
not pretty good value really. When you look at other slings on the market, this kind of delivers quite a bit more. I mean, I think you're probably more of a convert perhaps than I am. I've tried it a bit and I think it probably takes quite a lot of getting used to in terms of the problem I find with it is you put the actual both sort of slings around like a rucksack, and I always seem to find that the rifle sort of swings about my back just a bit too much, and I probably didn't spend enough time using it, to be fair, but I always found that clipping it off or slipping it off was just that bit slower. And I've always used quite a thick sort of single sling and fairly light rifles, to be fair, so I've never really had the same problems. But I think if you have like quite a heavy rifle and you're going up and doing a lot of walking, you're going up on the hill, for instance, in Scotland with like a heavy barreled rifle, that you need something like this because it does make carrying things a hell of a lot easier. There was another Niggeloh product that I failed to remember the name of, but it's essentially quite similar to this, but also links these two components. So you see that these are sort of separate. It kind of links these two to go over your shoulders, which looks a lot more comfy. They use it a lot in Germany, so I think I might try that. But yeah, I mean the build quality on it is absolutely beautiful, but I think I probably just need a bit more time with it.
And that is my biggest criticism of it as well, and I think I've had to slightly modify it in terms of when you first put it on, you think this is going to be brilliant, and exactly as Harry says, if you move, I guess the rifle is against your spine, but there's nothing stopping it from just flopping side to side. And it does come with a Velcro loop that you're supposed to put round the pistol grip, which will then sort of hold it tighter to one of the sort of straps or elements of the sling, which sort of worked for me. At the same time, because it goes around the pistol grip, I just found when you were then going to take a shot, you sort of felt like you were sharing the pistol grip with something else and you just couldn't ever get a really good sort of grip on it. So I actually swapped it out for two pieces of paracord, which seemed to have done the job. again, sometimes if you don't put it on quite the right way or haven't sort of adjusted it quite how I wanted it to, you do sometimes find you'll kind of, if you turn, especially if you turn sharply, you sort of almost feel the rifle do a slow motion sort of onto the wrong side on your back, which I think once you get used to it, it's okay, and I think once you've got it set up, it's okay. It's not perfect, but it's definitely the best thing I've used to kind of both share the weight, but also solve that issue of a rifle constantly slipping off your shoulder.
Yeah, no, I think they're good, especially for Scotland and things like that. I mean, I'm definitely going to take it up there and spend some time using it, because it just will transform that when you've got, when you need your hands for a stick or something, when you're trying to balance, and you're not worried about something slipping off, then I think this is really essential. But I just found it was a bit too much as well. Kind of, there's quite a lot here to snag if you're, I don't know, when you've got all the other rigmarole of what you bring along with you. Stalking is just another, additional sort of flappy bit
of bondage.
Yeah. Cool.
What did you find about getting it off quickly?
I actually didn't use the clips at all.
Did you not?
No, I found, because this is quite stretchy.
Yeah.
I found that you could just slip it off actually just as quickly, and then you haven't got the problem of it's not really noisy unclipping it, but when you have to sort of clip it back on and off, and you've got to find the clip and all that sort of thing. So I just found that clipping it off was just as quick. I think they are marginally slower than a single sling.
I 100% agree.
Which I don't for Scotland's ideal, because you see the animal, you've got a bit of time before you approach. Whereas with lowland stalking, especially in woodland and things like that, you can sometimes need quite a quick shot.
I was going to say that was probably one of my biggest concerns when I bought it was am I going to be able to get this off quickly enough when I need to? And I thought I was going to use these clips quite a lot, but actually, as Harry said, I tend to find I can kind of slip it off. Once you've got it off one shoulder, that's it, you're off and away. And actually, to be honest, if I ever need it off kind of rapidly, to be honest, I tend to think you've kind of missed the chance to shoot anyway. By the time you've got up on the sticks, you've got the animal in your sight, it's probably going to have gone anyway. So I don't find this slows me down or stops me getting anything really. It's been on my rifle for at least a year, and I can't see myself swapping it out anytime soon.
Brilliant. That's grand. Well, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll be bringing you some more gear reviews in the coming weeks.
Thank you.